techno syndrome. Depending on how old you are, it's either an awesome cheesy 90s techno song, your favorite awesome Stepmania song, or the sound of something that will forever feel forbidden to you because we all know video games are the sole cause of all violence in the world, and that is also awesome. Moral of the story is this track is dope, I mean awesome. Cracking bones right out of the gate, no mercy in Mortal Kombat. But still a pretty tame fatality, all things considered. Oh, never mind. Brutal.
Your brother's soul is mine. You will be next.
And there's nothing like a guy staring into the camera and talking about your soul and then turning into a corpse to wake you up in the morning or scare the green sweat right out of you.
Jax is the perimeter security. I want Kano.
Trust me, Sonya.
And wow, we are really popping off characters here. Jax, Sonya, and Kano. I guess it makes sense when you have a roster of 10. Not sure what the reboot and its sequels are going to do with 97. The eye reveal. I guarantee there was an in-unison whisper in the theater right before he turned. That's Kano. I'd just like to point out how crazy it is that Bridget Wilson Sampras was Veronica Vaughn and Billy Madison this very same year. What does this movie think it's doing with interesting framing? And the sound design did not leave the game behind, and I'm here for it.
This is where you fall down.
Epic fatality. I mean, to be fair, I also always miss the fatalities anyway, due to never owning the game since I wasn't allowed, and my opponent would just fall over like that. Whoops, Shang Tsung's magic. I always assumed it was something he could only do while in Mortal Kombat, like a special move, which now that I think about it, makes no sense at all. Okay, that last time it was a movie, so the dramatic shot makes sense, but now what's the excuse? You know, other than not giving us the reveal of the temple and the monks before Liu gets it, making it all the more epic. And another exciting moment, this time for Raiden stands.
You're Arlene, aren't you?
Weird, I can't seem to find Art Lean in any of the game character lists. Huh. Well, surely they'll add him when he's successful.
You gotta be kidding me.
Fair. Love how Johnny would be the one that thinks the movie he's in is cheesy, and seriously this ship is so over the top. So many setups are clearly shot to look like a fight stage with the flat center framing, and I can't ignore the chain in the foreground closer to the camera reminding me of Mortal Kombat 2's Deadpool stage. Oh, how I love that with only a few alterations they really are just palette swapped ninjas. Raiden to the rescue with one of his few attacks in the entire movie. Hey, we'll take it.
The fate of billions will depend upon you.
But also just the weirdest role for Christopher Lambert, Connor McLeod. Now, Beowulf. And they really went above and beyond with the set design and some of the matte painting backgrounds. Statues everywhere setting the stage, even the occasional Spartan. Actually sort of surprised King Leonidas hasn't made it into a game yet. Whoops, someone must have their graphics settings on low. Ah yes, the goons from the campaign mode, or was it story mode? So easy to defeat. Or wait, is that Tekken? Yeah, you get the point. Really appreciate how angrily they throw those pillows around. Although every single one of these goons' workout routines. I guess except that guy. Brutal. Itty? Brutality?
Flawless victory.
Well, yeah, when you do it like that.
Come to a little tournament, he said. Be good for the career, he said.
Is Johnny riffing off of Die Hard? I guess he's the movie star. Another stage for Mortal Kombat, or probably multiple stages, at least Pit, and the ingeniously named Pit 2.
You go ahead. Find out what that was.
Chivalry.
Shang Tsung is a great sorcerer.
One of those times that the practical upper body mixed with the uncanny valley of Goro's sometimes CGI mouth actually makes him even creepier, so it works.
I do not fail!
I'd be more worried about falling. I was really hoping for some meaning behind the color grades used for Liu, but instead I'm just gonna go with Liu in blue. I mean, he wakes up in green, which is Reptile's color, but he defeats Sub-Zero, whose color is blue. But he's about to meet Reptile, so like, Reptile doesn't even need to pull his mask off for the acid spit attack, since he's already a creepy cartoon monster.
I know exactly where we're going.
Huh. A likely story, but leave a message and I'll call you back. Oh, that's so satisfying. Yep. Teamwork. And encouragement.
To fight Shang Tsung is to face not one,
but a legion of adversaries.
I like that explanation of why he can morph into all the different characters in the original. And I'd pretty much forgotten the game lore, but this movie is actually pretty dead on with the backstory of the original arcade game, which on second thought I may have never knew existed. Again, I only played at my friend Billy's house. He had a Sega Genesis, and I wasn't allowed to play anyway. I never really used Sonya, but a move that ridiculous must be a signature move, and yep, it's her leg grab. Add it to the list of moves that would never work IRL, but will still look awesome. Again, Hollywood boy always getting the best scenery.
Get over here!
Not a line I would have bet money on working very well, but a bet I'd lose. What is who is that? Is there an extra walking through the scene? And cars driving through these duels to the death? Shadow kick into a teleport. I don't specifically remember Scorpion taking me to Scorpion's lair or Netherrealm, but he did use to teleport to the other side of the screen, I think, so that's pretty close. Probably just wanted to get away from the extras in the cars. And now mixing all of the original victims of cancel culture back in the 90s, ultra violence, evil imagery, and metal. Alright, so what else can we have Johnny do that's Hollywood-ish? Quick horizontal bar routine? Perfect. Dolly zoom. This movie keeps on punching above its weight. Ha! They really went for it. But the real trick here is, how does Johnny block the fatality toasty? Dude is cheating. And it doesn't get more metal than that. Lava blood? Also brutal. But then finally, one of the answers to the video games cause violence mantra of the 90s.
To win your next match, use the element which brings life.
I get it. After 10,000 years of dealing with humans, you start messing with them rather than just helping them. Robin Shu's workout routine. Love how our eye line is pulled away from the center so it seems like Sub-Zero appears out of nowhere. More cinematic framing. Just to be clear, I'm mostly joking here. Event Horizon is a masterpiece, and Paul W.S. Anderson knew what he was doing then and knows what he's doing now, whether you love or hate AVP and the Resident Evil movies. Speaking of which, he really likes wall runs. Is that like an intimidation technique? A yell that will haunt your nightmares, trust me. Even got the waiting to be fatality face in there. Ah, the classic chest punch fatality. Two birds with one stone too, since they got the move where Goro picks you up with his lower arms and hits you with his upper arms.
Flawless victory.
Finish him!
Alright, we get it, it's the game. Good job.
Only one thing can defeat you. Your own fear.
Yeah, but also 4 arms and magic.
You must be prepared.
You know, perfectly timed lightning strikes have a little less, spooky feeling to them when you're talking to the god of lightning. Like if I'm talking to the god of face slaps and after he says something he thinks is important, he slaps me in the face, I'm not gonna wonder what the odds were. Robin already got a workout routine win, but have you seen this dude's hair? It's so fluffy. Don't you want to lightly touch the tips? You know what I'm talking about, where you make contact but not disturbing the hair, just ever so slightly moving it. You're with me, you know what I mean. This isn't weird. And a gorgeous sunrise to argue or just sit and have nightmares. The lighting is most likely to hide some of Goro's less attractive qualities, but man is it a mood. And hey, now we've had Lou in 3 different colors. The split punch. One of the things that makes this film work is the willingness to just go with it and then commit to just going with it. The insert of Goro's eyes dilating.
This is where you fall down.
He did a callback. The movie guy did a callback.
This is where you fall down.
Or there can be no final combat.
I have nothing further to teach you, Liu Kang.
Yes, trusting in your student that you spent a few days with and have maybe taught 3 things.
Lou, I hate this place.
Honesty. Some more good game/movie continuity that Reptile has been hidden for most of the movie, just like he was hidden in the original game as the last palette-swapped ninja. And he's the source of some of the most proficient fighting in the movie against Liu Kang. Funny that it's a CGI character that got sucked into a statue. Yep. Hey, it's his bicycle kick that I'm sure I would have mastered if I was ever allowed to own the game and know this isn't one long whine about my Mortal Kombat-less childhood. Who gave you that impression? God, leave me alone. I don't even like it.
You will face 3 challenges. You must face your enemy, you must face yourself, and you must face your worst fear.
For real, I think I could hold it together for the first 1,000 years, but around year 3,000, I'm gonna start speaking entirely in riddles because how else are you gonna pass the time? Goodness, I just can't praise the sheer cockiness of 90s CGI. Zero chill.
Go to hell.
They're already there. I love the gong hit like we're going to get something more stoic, but then the most amp you up theme of all time kicks you in the face. It seems like if one of your powers is can magic other people to fight for me, that shouldn't be allowed in 1v1 Mortal Kombat. But they suck, so whatever. Back jump, split to foot sword block. We even get a makeshift pit bottom with all these spikes coming up out of the ground from the gold leaf tinfoil.
I am the chosen one.
Self-actualization. There's nothing like a believing in yourself butt kick that turns it all around for no other reason than confidence. 90s incarnate. Finally, his fireball or dragonfire attack, and it even looks a little more realistic.
Flawless victory.
Well, I mean, I guess if you're saying the final round started after you got beat up. Actually, I think it's two different fights. So the music plays and round 1 ends when Shang Tsung's lip starts bleeding. Round 2 ends once Liu knocks out all the other souls, and that's 2 rounds Liu Kang wins the fight. The second fight takes place up on the balcony. Round 1 ends after Liu talks to his brother and Shang Tsung lays him out. Round 2 ends after Liu decides he's the chosen one and tells him to surrender. And then round 3 starts after Liu Kang steps back, and this is when he gets his flawless victory.
Flawless victory.
Oh, also that's a stage fatality.
But until then, my spirit will always be with you.
Ooh, sweet, like I can use your soul to fight? Oh.
Go in peace, my brother.
You just meant more figuratively? That's fine, that's cool. I don't think we're making any more of these.
Come for your souls.
I don't think so.
Oh, sweet, Raiden is finally gonna oh, dang. But most importantly, friendship. The thing about whether this is a good movie or not is less important when you talk to millennials about Mortal Kombat because it was a video game movie and it was the only one at the time that even came close to living up to expectations or following the game lore. You're allowed to like Van Damme Street Fighter, and some of you probably have a soft spot for Super Mario Bros. And Double Dragon, but Mortal Kombat was the game on screen, and we loved it. Granted, I was late to the movie, I was only 10 when it came out, but a few years later, I saw it at one of my friends' houses whose parents had more relaxed rules than mine, and man, I can say this movie stuck with me. So, does it hold up? Not even a little bit. Reptile is the goofiest cartoon character ever. Goro, while clearly a lot of work was put into him, looks like a dude in a rubber suit. And again, rose-colored 90s glasses, but these 4 are perfect. There was never a second I didn't think they were genuinely both teenage and mutant while at the same time being ninja as well as turtles. But looking back 26 years later is not even remotely fair, so let's stop that. The martial arts were really solid for the most part. Johnny Cage has some pretty funny moments.
You gotta admire her.
It's not a mind you're admiring.
It's true.
And the entire thing has a perfect 90s cheese that you just won't ever get again, meaning it's a fun one to come back to. What else is there to say? The reboot seems like it's targeted at the same kids who love the 95 version and are now in their 30s to 40s, so that R rating every 15-year-old thought this movie should have been is now having their wish come true. I'm optimistically excited. You can't go wrong with Hiroyuki Sanada. And Melina is in this one. Kung Lao too. Hopefully somebody screams Mortal Kombat. Next week, a newer one that, based on the title, could be about literally anything.
Stay, my lord Raiden. American life has enfeebled his mind. Too much television.